Hello everyone. I hope you're doing good, mentally and physically fit and fine. So, friends, these are our English revisions. We are thankful to the Chennai branch. Some of the revisions we are conducting with them, and these are specially all concept revision, guys. So, this is not just the important concept. Hello everyone. I hope you're doing good, mentally and physically fit and fine. So, friends, these are our English revisions. We are thankful to the Chennai branch. Some of the revisions we are conducting. Okay. So there were some technical issues, so we started late, guys. Okay. So again, I am repeating. We this time we have developed two kind of revisions for English as well as Hindi, and revisions are, so one is all concept revision. So we are all concept revision, in which we are covering all the concepts. Okay, and then next we have important question revision. These two things are extremely important. Extremely important. In all concept revision, we are covering all the chapters and all the concepts. Out of 19 chapters, today we are going to cover one more chapter, very important chapter. You can expect good marks from that. That is digital auditing. It's a 20-page notes are there. So we are going to cover all of them. So you can expect a direct question in digital auditing. MCQs also. We are going to cover that. So out of 19 guys, we have covered almost 14-15 chapters. Some are left, don't worry. If you go to Ravi Taori YouTube channel, there is a playlist for English, for concept revision also, and for important questions also. Whatever few chapters are left, we are going to put those chapters also in the playlist soon. Maybe in 1 or 2 days, we are going to do that also, guys. Okay. So use this concept revisions and important question revision. Both are going to be very, very, very helpful. Apart from that, we made a lovely plan. Let me just show you that plan for the upcoming exams. Do use this plan. So, okay, what happened? Yes, okay. This plan is there, guys. So, this plan covers how many hours should be given to each and every chapter, how many hours should be given to each and every chapter, and how much time you will take to complete the concept-wise revision lecture and the revision of the important question. Download this plan, guys, from the Audit Guru Telegram channel. It's going to be very, very useful. Hour-wise, we have provided when to do a particular, how much time should be given to particular topic, and so on. Okay, guys. Let's start with today's target. Today's target is digital audit. It's a new topic, guys. I am focusing on the new topics because students may not be fully aware about them. They may not be knowing all the things. Just a minute. Okay, guys. Let's see. So digital auditing and assurance is the chapter number 12 as per our ICAI study material. Now, as technology is improving continuously, and we know that it is improving at a drastic pace, two concepts we are going to discuss here. One is, name is very important, digital audit and auditing digitally. Both are different. In digital audit, we go and see the IT systems of the company and we find out where improvements can be done in software, hardware, overall setup. That is called digital audit. So when we do audit of the IT system and improve them, that is called digital audit. And what do you mean by auditing digitally? When we use advanced technologies for doing the audit, for performing the audit process, that is called auditing digitally. I hope you got the difference between the two terminologies. Now, let's see one by one. Let's see these things one by one, guys. Digital audit. What is digital audit? Okay, so if the question comes, we have to explain three simple things. First, the meaning that the technology is improving, changing on continuous basis at fast basis, and in this scenario, companies need to keep their systems upgraded, updated. So when IT systems are studied, evaluated, where changes can be made, upgradations can be made, that's called digital audit. Okay. What we do, we go and check, number one, compliance. There are lot of law, rules and regulations with respect to what kind of system should be there in the organization. Yes, law has started prescribing what kind of IT systems should be there. So in digital audit, it is seen whether our systems are as par with the requirement of the law and how it can be improved to fulfill the requirement. And then where are the lacunas, problems, deficiencies, what kind of risk we are facing and how to improve it. So we go and see how to ensure the compliance with the law and how to ensure that risks and deficiencies are compensated. Okay. And once we do that, all the stakeholders, they show more trust on our systems. They rely more on systems, on reports, etc. So if the question comes, what is digital audit? You explain what is it, what we do in it, and the final result is people show more trust on our systems. So if any bank tells us that a very good digital audit has been done of our system, of course we'll be relying more on banks system if you know that digital audit is conducted. What are the key features of the digital audit? What are the unique things of the digital audit? So we have a shortcut. Adoption of quality doses. What are the key features? Okay. So these guys are focusing on what we exactly do in these things. Adoption. In digital audit, detailed analysis is done where there can be improvement, where we can move from paper to electronic form, where we can move to cloud systems, where we can move to AI systems, and so on. So in this particular audit, where our old systems can be upgraded and adapted to the new technology, that is checked in digital audit. So adoption of the new technologies is one of the key things which is checked, examined, thought in digital audit, where in which areas where adoption can be done. Then quality. As digital audit improves overall system, auditors can show more faith on internal control system. If controls work properly, it reduces risk drastically. Because it reduces risk drastically, okay, auditor can go do better quality audit, better quality reports. So even auditor is getting benefited out of that. Decision making. Once digital audit is done, a lot of important information comes up. Auditor tells what will be the cost involved, what will be the time involved, what will be positives, what will be negatives, and so on. It makes decision making process of any organization with respect to systems easy. So it improves decision making with respect to IT systems. Once digital audit is done, people get a complete overview. The digital audit provides comprehensive overview of end-to-end process on how technologies are utilized, controlled, and optimized against standards. A complete overview, like we have different processes. We buy raw material, that's a process. Then we go for production, that's a process. Then we supply, then the sale happens and we supply, sale happens, sale is a process. Then supply of the goods happen, that is a process. Now all these processes are there. Digital auditors are very good in comprehending all of them, make beautiful flowcharts and explaining that right now how things are moving and how they can be improved. So it gives overview of the overall system, how the present technologies, softwares, hardwares, everything are working together and doing things and how they can be improved to the next level. Strategy. Once digital audit is done, you understand what different services you can give, what new services you can give. For example, in some products nowadays, website offer subscription system. Because of the digital system we are having, this subscription system that you pay this money and every month we'll be sending you goods. Systems are automated and designed in such manner that subscription system can work. That's possible only when digital auditors told organization that this is possible. It definitely improves efficiency. Auditors tell how we can do more in less time. And standardization. Once digital audit is done, there is a standardization that what kind of employee attendance system should be there, what kind of inventory management should be there, and it can be implemented in all the location of our organization. So guys, very simple. We are learning chapter number 12. There are two terminology: digital audit and auditing digitally. Both have different meaning. Now we are focusing on digital audit. What is digital audit? What we focus majorly in that, and the trust improves when digital audit is done. Now the point is, what are the key features? What are the key features once digital audit? Okay, what important things are done? So there is a shortcut. Because of digital audit, there is an adoption of quality doses. Because of digital audit, there is an adoption of quality doses. We know where we can adopt new technologies. In digital audit, they see where we can adopt new technologies. It improves quality of internal control system. It reduces risk. Because of this, quality of audit also improves. It improves decision making with respect to IT systems. It gives overview of the IT system. It gives us new strategies which we can do for expanding our business with the help of IT systems. It gives us, it makes us very efficient. We are able to do more things with less time, with improved systems. It standardizes the IT systems across the organization. Okay, so in digital audit, these things are done which ultimately benefit organization. Now, advantages of digital audit. Now, this is important, guys. This is important because this has been asked as a question. What are the advantages of digital audit? Okay. But then, if you read the content, you realize that actually it is advantages of auditing digitally. Advantages of auditing digitally. So we have to think from that point of view, that these are nothing but if we are using technology in auditing, what are the advantages which are going to flow? Okay. So if we are going to use technology in auditing, we can take we can have quality care of the issues. Okay. Now let's see, or we can say we can take care of quality. As the case may be, guys, we can have both. Let's see. Let's take the first mnemonic only. If we are doing auditing digitally, we can go for quality care, better quality audit. Of course, that is the point. If we use technology in auditing, we will be able to do a lot of things in a much better manner. The quality of the opinion is going to improve a lot. Chances that our opinion goes wrong will reduce drastically. It is definitely going to improve quality. We can do better work, and we can make better reports. Now, it lowers the cost. You need less human resource. You need less time to do the work. So it definitely lowers the cost. So quality improves, cost reduces, better analytical procedures. We can analyze data in different manner. We can do data mining, we can do data analytics, we can draw graphs, charts, equations, we can analyze, we can compare n number of things with the help of technology. One year to previous year, one company to other company, and so on. A lot of good analytics can happen because of the use of technology. Okay. Improved risk assessment, guys. As we get more and more information, risk assessment is nothing but collecting information, obtaining understanding so that we can find out complicated areas, judgment areas, pressure areas. We can collect loads of different information and we can find out where things can go wrong. So it improves risk assessment. It enhances efficiency and effectiveness. It's a repetition, guys. So it's very simple. Let's freeze, guys. We are studying chapter number 12. We have seen the two terminologies. Now we know what is digital audit, what we focus on, what's the end result. We know the key features, what we exactly do. Okay. We adopt quality doses. We adopt quality doses was the shortcut. Now, what are the benefits? These benefits are of benefits of auditing digitally. Benefits of auditing digitally. Because of this, we can take quality care of things. Quality improves, cost reduces, analytics and better analytical procedures, analytical things can be done, risk assessment improves and enhances efficiency and effectiveness. Now, next is again very important. What are the challenges? When we go to businesses and perform digital audit, what are the challenges? What challenges do we face? What challenges do we face? Digital audit is really good, but then there are challenges. Okay. Business people are right. There are challenges. So there's a shortcut. Yes, business people are right. In doing digital audit, there are challenges. Okay. So we should strategize process security. That's a shortcut, guys. Now, business people are right. B stands for business benefits. People may not be able to understand. People may not be able to understand the benefits because all the benefits are not quantifiable. Now, customer support is working superb. We are able to solve queries quickly in very less time. But it's very difficult to quantify. Very difficult to quantify what is the change in the revenue because of that. So the challenge is it's difficult to quantify the positive impact, quantify the benefits, explain the benefits, quantify every damn thing. That's difficult. People may not be able to understand what kind of benefits they are getting because of improving digital technology. Then the next challenge is people. Yes, technological advancements and improvements can reduce the job opportunities, can kill the jobs. That's why it's very important when we do digital audit, we take care of human beings, take care of the people, their position, their profile, their work. We keep them relevant and we ensure that they have work to do. Then, right processes. It's very important to target right processes. Processes which are very repetitive in nature, clerical in nature, should be digitized. But things where a lot of judgment is required, a lot of skills are required, we should not target it to be digitized. Otherwise, you are going to spend a lot of time and money and waste it in the processes where it is difficult to digitize things. So you should be careful that you should target right processes. Now, the challenge is that we cannot simply digitize one thing and expect the benefits. We cannot improve one software and expect the benefit. We need a lot of things to change. Overall approach needs to change. Overall digitization should happen if benefit has to flow. Only few things are digitized will not give you complete benefit. If you have digitized only raw material purchase and not the production and sale, you may not get the full benefit out of that. So strategy has to be there. A broader strategy to use digital things across the business should be there. One or two improvements are not going to give you full benefit. That's again a challenge. Ensure the process works. Many times nowadays, these technologies are so complicated and dependent on each other. And so many small things are there. just like our recording and the broadcasting of these lectures, there are n number of wires, n number of softwares, n number of small things are involved. Okay, if any small thing doesn't work, the whole system is not going to work. So ensure, many times systems are designed but they don't function as per the expectation properly. So that's again a challenge. And the next challenge is security. Security is a big challenge. People can hack the systems. They can change the permission, hack the systems, change the permissions, manipulate the data. Yes, there are challenges in digital audit. Okay, so people may not understand business benefits. People jobs may be compromised. They need to be prioritized. A right process need to be targeted. Otherwise, right processes need to be targeted. Otherwise, a lot of time, money, energy will be wasted. Strategy need to be a broader. Only 1-2 improvement is not going to be full benefit. Process needs to work. It should be checked again before it is implemented. And security is the new challenge. So digital audit is there, but there are challenges. There are problems with the whole process. If management, understanding management's implementation and oversight of new technologies. If management agrees to the new technologies, that's really great. So we should focus on process changes. So which things are getting automated, which softwares are being used, which hardwares are going to use. We should understand the process change. We should understand where processes are getting changed. We should understand the impact of new technology on information system. So which new reports are generated? Are they reliable? How frequently we can get reports? How detailed we can get reports? We should understand what changes they are doing. What is the impact on the information system? How it is improving? Okay, where the frequency of report is improving, depth of the report is improving, number of reports is improving, quality of the report is improving. You should understand that. And then next, you should understand, as you go to the new technologies, you need to ensure that new developments and maintenance, comprehend change in the system development maintenance. Okay, you should make things once, if you are planning to change the processes, great. Then you need to have a proper IT department, you need to IT staff, you need maintenance people as per new technology. Suppose you are using RFID a lot, RFID, then accordingly you are going to need people who understand RFID technology. You are going to need maintenance of RFID. So understand how management is changing the processes, adapting the new technologies, which location, which processes they are doing it. Then understand the impact of the information technology. Is it giving us more accurate information, complete, most updated information, frequent information, detailed reports? We need to understand whether there's with the change in technology, whether proper development and maintenance activities are done around that technology. Now guys, so the first part of the chapter is over. First small part of the chapter is over, and it was all about digital audit. Now we go to the next point, and that is auditing digitally, guys. Auditing digitally. So when we use advanced technology to perform our audit process, that is called as auditing digitally. That is called, guys, that is called auditing digitally. Okay. And generally 3 types of things are done when we use technology for doing the audit. DAS methods, DAS, okay. 3 types of things are done. Data analytics. When we use technology in auditing, a lot of data analytics is done. A lot of data is collected, data is clean, data is streamlined, and a lot of analysis is done on data. A lot of important interpretations, relations are derived from it. So we use a lot of data analytics. Then automation. A lot of clerical works get automated. There can be bots. Bots are nothing but bots are nothing but softwares which can do repetitive work which human beings do, that's called bots. So a lot of automation is done, and with the help of technology and analysis, sampling can be done. Risky items can be identified and selected. Large value items, repetitive items, unusual items can be selected in sampling and checked. So yes, three things are done. Data analytics is used a lot, automation of repetitive clerical things, and sampling can be improved to the next level. So when auditing digitally, what are the expectations from an auditor? What are the expectations from an auditor? Advanced technology. So shortcut expectation from auditor is that he should get advanced technology from UAE. Advanced technology. So expectation is pretty simple, that he should have knowledge of all the advanced technologies, latest technologies which can be used in improving the audit process, in doing the audit digitally. He should have good knowledge. He should know about the AI, he should know about the machine learning, fraud detection, every damn thing. Then UAE, he should invest in upskilling his employees, his team. He should invest in improving technological knowledge of the team, making them more skillful, making them understand the technology, using technology. Automation. Again, a lot of investment is expected from the auditors in the field of automation. They should invest in softwares and hardwares and servers and clouds, so that a lot of audit things can be automated. And it is expected from them that they should clearly identify and involve experts. Identify and involve experts in auditing digitally. Okay. So guys, it is pretty simple, straightforward. What are the expectations from the auditor? That he should have knowledge of the advanced technologies, he should upskill his team, he should invest his automation, and he should involve experts. Now they are giving example. They're giving manual control review. So the audit manager used to manually review vendor master addition and changes in system weekly to ensure that they are done post appropriate approvals. So maybe internal auditors or statutory auditors, we are doing one thing, that every week, after every week has happened, they used to check whether the vendor register, vendor master is whatever changes have happened in the vendor master, they are proper, appropriate as per policies of the company, and they are done after proper approvals. Now this thing was done manually. Now what auditors can do is robotic process automation, RPA. We are going to discuss about it. Repetitive nature work which is done by human beings can be codified and taught to the bots and robots, that you do this repetitive nature work, that you select sample automatically, you test you make list of all the changes, you check whether proper approvals were there or not. That is robotic process automation. That's going to make the audit process very efficient and effective. So they are giving example of auditing digitally, that instead of human beings manually reviewing the changes to the vendor master, are they properly approved, use RPA technology, they will automatically select the sample, okay, they will test the approvals, and it's going to make the whole process efficient and effective. Guys, understand the broad idea. Keep in mind some broad points to be explained. Then you have to explain in your own words. You cannot cram every damn thing. That's not possible. Now next is key features or advantages of auditing digitally. Guys, we have just seen before this advantage of digital audit, but it was nothing but advantages of auditing digitally. Advantages of auditing digitally. We have just seen that. Okay. Sometimes this happens from institute. They are somewhere again talking about the same points, same topic, points are a little bit different. Okay, this happens. This is absolutely fine. There's no law. This is just a general discussion. Okay, so points may change, and when you give answer, you should try to ensure that many of your points are as per what is given in the module. Some of them definitely can be different. HQ released beta version. Headquarter released beta version. Okay, so key features or advantages of auditing digitally. For advantages, because of advantages, headquarter released beta version. Human dependency. Because of auditing digitally, human dependency is getting decreased. We are less dependent on human beings. Sometimes people may not get the audit team members. It takes time to train people. People may fall sick. It reduces dependency on human beings. The shortcomings of the human beings are compensated. That's the advantage of auditing digitally. Okay. And there's consistency in the performance. There's no human error. Q stand for definitely it improves quality of audit a lot. We can do audit systematically as per law, regulation, standards and auditing systematically. We can get a lot of evidence and we can develop quality, reliable reports and opinions. It improves quality a lot. Much better systematic execution, much deeper analysis can be there. Beta, B stand for better risk assessment. We get so much of information about all the aspects of the entity, about the industry, about the business, about vendors, about production, about sales. We get loads and loads of information, and with that information we understand complexities, fluctuations, judgments, pressure areas, so we can do better risk assessment. It definitely improves efficiency. We can do a lot of things in less time. Beta, transparency, technological advancement. A lot of information can be collected, processed and presented to everyone. Everyone is on same page with respect to what's happening in the audit. It keeps information very transparent, open for everyone. Seniors can do review anytime they want. A lot of things are automated and it has eased life of auditors. So because of advantages, headquarters released beta version. Human dependency is getting reduced. Quality of audit is getting improved. Better risk assessment, efficiency, transparency, automation and ease. Now suppose you want to use technology for doing audit. Okay. How you are going to do it? What things you are going to think? What things you are going to do? What steps you are going to follow? Let's understand this, guys. What things we are going to follow. Okay, so one by one, it's very simple. You need to identify problem in the audit process which you want to solve with the help of technology, with the help of digitization. So first, determine the problem you want to address. Okay, for example, in client, you may be collecting loads of data from their system and putting it in Excel and then do analysis to find out if anything unusual is happening. Now this process takes a lot of time. Exporting data from different systems, collecting them, putting it in Excel, making pivot tables, bar diagram, analyzing it, and then drawing the conclusions, a lot of time. So you want to automate this thing. So what you can do, you need something which can get directly attached to the accounting, to the information system of the organization, extract the information, do the processing and highlight unusual things. So you think about the emerging technologies. What technologies can solve this problem? How much investments will be required? And whether we'll be able to save a lot of time and cost because of this. So first, identify the problem. Then identify the technology. How much investment will be required? So that is problem identification. Once you think that yes, now this is possible. Okay. The technology can really solve the problem, in the audit process. The next is technology selection. Make list of the different softwares and different vendors of the technology. Okay, and so what different softwares vendors are available. Understand how they work. Once you select good technology, then prioritize how these softwares will work, hardware software is going to work, how they are going to capture, acquire the data, clean the data, make the analysis, and inform everyone. Then, so look for the available tools and vendors, prioritize the process, integrate with the existing process. Okay, if there are any challenges in implementation, get a solution for that. So there is a technology selection, implementation, integration, and the challenges. Upskilling, that's very important, that now you train your team with the higher skills, with the technological skills. User skills is very important. They need to be trained, they need to be developed, and there may be reluctant to change. You need to address that issue. You need to train people, remove their reluctance to change, make it very easy for them to understand new technology and implement it, explain them the benefits. So if you want to do auditing digitally, first identify the problem which can be solved, then select the technology, then upskill the people, and then let the automation do a lot of work. Always ensure that automation is from slowly, don't change everything one day. Slowly go on changing things, slowly go on digitizing things, improving things. Especially focus on repeatable jobs. First focus on that. Use robotic process, automation. So in auditing digitally, first identify the problem which can be solved, then catch hold of the technology, implement it, then upskill your team, then ensure automation is working properly. Now this can be important. Examples of automation which can be used in auditing digitally. Manage business with robotics and intelligence. That's the shortcut, guys. Manage business with robots and intelligence. Now, macros and scripts. You must be aware, in Word and Excel, you can record macros, or you can write Visual Basic scripts, with the help of which repetitive things in Word and Excel can be executed seamlessly. Okay, so macros and scripts can be a good way of automation. Then business process automation, where business steps are analyzed, and they are designed in such a manner that one business step triggers the other business step, and so on, and things happen automatically in business. So you get a customer order, system reads the customer order. That is business process automation. System informs the production department, we are going to need so many quantity on so and so date. That is business process automation, analyzing the business processes and designing it in such a manner that one process triggers the other, and so on. Business process automation. Robotic process automation, in this we analyze what are the repetitive things a human being does, and then we make bots and robots which can replicate the repetitive things which human beings do. in more accurate manner and more consistent manner. Intelligence process automation. So a lot of analysis work, in-depth analysis work can be even automated. Lot of in-depth analysis work can be automated, guys. Like call center data can be analyzed. What type of calls are taking more time, what are taking less time, what are the issues, why they're taking so much of time, what can be possible solution. Even the analysis portion, the thinking process, the analysis portion can be automated. Okay, so manage business with robots and intelligence. So M for auto. These are 4 automations: macros and scripts, business process automation, robotic process automation, intelligent process automation. Level of sophistication keeps increasing in all of them. So guys, the first part was digital audit. Next part was auditing digitally. Now next is understand now. See, as a chartered accountant, you will be asked to play both the roles. People will call you for doing digital audit also, and you may be called to do auditing digitally also. So they are giving knowledge of both the things. First, they give knowledge of digital audit. Next, they give knowledge of auditing digitally. In both the cases, it's very important for us that we understand the IT systems of the organization. Okay, IT systems of the organization. So it's very important to understand they are saying IT systems so that we can know what is the level of complexity and what kind of specialized knowledge specialist will be required. Now, what thing we understand? We first understand organization governance. First, understand organization and governance. So, first, we like to understand the whole IT department. We want to understand whether there is an IT department, who is the chief engineer officer, CIO, how many senior managers are below that, managers are below that. We want to understand the organization structure. Organization structure of the IT department. IT department, what are the roles and responsibilities? Okay, because if there is a very good IT structure, IT department, well-defined roles and responsibilities, okay, IT system of that organization will be strong. So understand IT related organization structure and governance. Then extent of IT integration. Which processes, whether raw material or production or sale or inventory, and which location IT systems are used, what kind of softwares are used, what kind of IT infrastructure, servers, hardwares are there, what are the policies and procedures related to IT systems, whether very high level policies and procedure ensuring data completeness, accuracy, integrity, and what are the risks and corresponding controls. So go and understand IT organization governance. Understand then IT integration, what softwares, what infrastructure, what policies and procedures, what are the risks and controls. Whether you are doing digital audit or you are auditing digitally in both the cases, you are going to need this knowledge on how automation is working in organization, how IT is working in any organization. Now, key areas is the overall understanding of the environment, of the automated environment. What key things you should further understand? You should understand fast and complex things. Fast and complex. Within the IT system, you should focus on fast and complex things. You should understand flow of transaction. So, what is the automated flow of purchase, production, and sale? Flow of the transaction. Okay. Then you should understand which controls are automated and which controls are manual. Okay. Then you should understand significant system, key systems. Suppose we have a very important software for salary processing. Everything is done by that. That's a key system. Suppose for tax, we have a system. That's a key system. understand significant systems. Then what kind of technology is used? Blockchain, robotics, AI, Internet of Things, biometrics, we are going to see all of them. And then finally, what is the level of complexity? So what we focus on, fast and complex things. What is the flow of the transaction? What is the automated and manual control? What are significant systems? What technology is used? And what is the level of complexity involved? Guys, I understand there are a lot of theories and points. Broadly understand the concepts, the key points. Watch this video again before exam also. You will feel comfortable with this. Identifying the risk arising from usage of IT. How to identify IT risks. Okay. Now, we spoke about obtaining understanding. Understanding is very important. Then only we'll come to know what kind of specialist we are going to need, what to understand in automated environment, what to focus on, why we are obtaining all this information, so that we can identify and assess the risk. Okay. We understand the nature of we understand what softwares are used. We understand the nature of softwares. How to identify the IT risk. Okay. We are obtaining all these things so that we in depth understand what kind of softwares they are using, what kind of cyber threat, what kind of cyber attack. Okay. When people try to access the automated system, electronic system, IT system, and try to damage it. Okay, that's cyber security risk. So we go and understand the nature of the applications a lot. We go and understand what kind of cyber attacks can happen. We go and understand what is the level of the automated controls. It's very important to understand these things. Then only we'll be able to understand what wrong things can happen. Now, this is very important. What are the risks arising from use of IT? See, if you see guys, everywhere you will find some sequence out there. Okay, this being revision, we are focusing less. We are focusing, comparatively less on the logic behind it, how we have drafted it. But you can still find out there is a flow everywhere. So the risk, there is law-related risk. There's the biggest law-related risk, then system-related risk, below that IT people-related risk, then data, then happens processing. Okay, so let's understand that. Law-related risk. We should go and obtain all the understanding, and we should find out what are the law, rules and regulations applicable for the IT systems of the organization, and try to understand whether there are chances that non-compliance with law will happen, whether there are chances of non-compliance with the law, and if that happens, what kind of fines, penalties and action can be taken against the company. So you should find out, when we say that risk arising from use of IT, you should go and try to understand legal risk, law, regulatory risk, what are law, rules, regulations applicable, what things can be breached, what can be non-compliances, what can be consequences. You try to understand in IT, law-related risk in IT. Then system-related risk. You should try to understand integration, in which processes and location IT systems are integrated. Okay, integrated. Whether within the softwares applications, there's a integration risk, compatibility risk, that they may not integrate properly, become compatible properly, and data may not transfer with each other. They may not talk to each other, and systems may fail. So you should try to understand integration and compatibility risk. And then, what if the volume increases, whether IT systems will be able to handle it, performing and scaling risks. You should try to understand. Then the risk of unauthorized changes to IT systems, applications, master file, whether there are chances that unauthorized access will be done and they will be manipulated. unauthorized changes, and whether there is a risk failure to update, whether systems are not updated on time, and because of that wrong things can happen. Update related risk. So first understand the law and related risk, then system related risk, where there is a integration compatibility risk, performance and scaling risk, unauthorized changes in the master data IT system, IT application risk, failure to update risk, updation risk. Then IT person, whether IT person has become very powerful and that they can misuse their powers in for their favor. So IT person related risk. Data, can data be destroyed completely? Can data be captured and people ask for ransom? Can data be destroyed completely? Can data be lost? Can data be leaked? Whether unauthorized changes can be done in data, unauthorized access changes can be done, deletions, addition can be done. That is data related risk. Then process related risk. Process related risk. Can there be manual in automated system? Can there be a manual intervention in processing data? Manual intervention in processing data. Can there be a lot of downtimes, IT systems, unavailable downtimes, failures? What are the downtime risk? So first understand law related risk, then system related risk, then IT person related risk, then data, then processing related risk. So different risks will arise. See guys, this is how chapter is flowing. First they're talking about digital audits. Then they're talking about auditing digitally. Then they're talking about understanding the IT environment and IT systems. Then finding out the risk. What are the issues and challenges? This knowledge will be useful for both digital audit and auditing digitally. Now this is very important from exam point of view. Dependencies, IT dependencies. Because of use of IT, a lot of things are done by IT and we become dependent on IT. They are called IT dependencies. As an auditor, you should understand for which things we are dependent on IT. In any company, any client, we should know on which things there is the IT dependencies. There are famous 5 IT dependencies. So suppose organization is dependent on a company secretary. Okay. Company secretary, all India rank holder, AIR, CSAR, calculation. Many times we are dependent on systems, or we are dependent on systems for calculation. For calculation, guys. Because a lot of calculations are done automatically by the system, so we become dependent on system for calculation. For tax calculations, for interest calculations, for bonus calculations, for overtime calculations, and so on. S stand for security. Nowadays, with the help of IT, we decide these users, how many username passwords will be there. Each employee is having unique username password. What will be roles and responsibilities? What will be the powers? What they can do? What they cannot do? Where they can have access? Where they cannot have access? So security is handled with the help of IT systems. So it is IT dependent. Automated controls. So controls are nothing but steps and procedures in any organization which ensure things are done systematically without fraud and errors. That's called controls, automated controls. Many of the controls are now automated. IT, they are executed by information technology or they are IT dependent. Okay, for example, when you put data, systems check the data format. That format is not proper, or the format is not proper, email ID is not proper, phone number is not proper. A lot of things are checked by system automatic. They are automated controls. So there are a lot of controls, a lot of checkpoints which are done by system. We are dependent on them because of their automated controls. Interfaces. So interface is something which ensures transfer of data from one application to another application. That's called interface. So many times now there are specialized software which extract data from one system and upload on the other system. There are interfaces which ensure data transfer. So we are dependent on for data transfer on IT systems. A lot of reports are generated automatically by the IT systems. So we are dependent for that also. So there are 5 dependencies. We are dependent for calculations, we depend for security, we depend on automated controls, for interfaces which are working between two softwares, we depend for the reports which are made periodically. So more IT dependency, should be more IT general controls. If they were dependent more and more on IT system, IT general controls deal with the whole IT department as such and not individual application. They are called general controls. Controls which are related to individual application, they are called application control. Now, the illustration below is an overview of control objectives and controls for each area of general IT control. So, IT controls which are related to the whole IT department and not individual application or software, they're called general IT controls. General IT controls, one of the very important components is access security. You need to ensure physical and online access is for only limited and approved authorized people only. Access, that is called access control. Unauthorized person should not be able to enter and make unauthorized changes. So one of the very important control which we have in general IT control is access control, access security. Then ensuring program change, ensuring that the IT systems and all the big operating systems are changed only after taking proper approval, proper process is followed, tested, and then only it is introduced. So it should be developed in a development environment. So whenever big changes are happening in IT department, something like operating software or big changes are happening, it should be made in development environment. Very standard, simple environment, less complexities. After development environment, then it should be sent to testing environment, and then production environment in the live where data is captured, data is entered, processed, output. It's called production environment. To keep overall IT control safe, there should be strong access control, there should be strong program change control, strong data center and network operation. Data center, there should be data centers, they should be standardized. They should be monitored, how fast they are working, how fast they are retrieving data, storing data, and so on. So in general IT controls, these controls will come. More IT dependencies are there. You need more better IT general controls to keep things under control, to keep things fine. Okay. Let's take a small break of 5 minutes. Then we are going to see cyber risk. Very interesting cyber risk. Let's see, guys. Now, what is cyber risk? What is cyber risk? Let's see one by one. Cyber risk is nothing but a cyber attack. Chances that a cyber attack happens where there is a cyber attack happens where there is an unauthorized access to the IT systems, unauthorized access to the IT system, to damage them, to steal information, to alter them, to disable them, and so on. That's called cyber risk. That's called cyber attack. So cyber risk means chances that there will be a cyber attack where there will be unauthorized access to a system, to damage them, to disable them, to destroy them, to alter them, expose them, and so on. So that is called cyber risk. Now, types of cyber attacks. Let's understand. So type of cyber risks or types of cyber attacks. So we have malware. First one is malware. So malware is a software. Malware is a software again which is designed to harm computer. Malware is one of the way of cyber attack in which a software is developed, a software is designed which accesses computers, networks and damages them, destroys the data or leak the data, disables them. It's a type of a cyber, it's a one of the way of cyber attack. Now, types of malware. There are 4 types of malware. Ransomware. So ransomware is a kind of malware, is a kind of software which is going to access your data, encrypt your data, and they are going to demand money to decrypt it so that again you can access and use the data. Then Trojan. Trojan is again a malware, is again a software which may appear very normal, very logical, a regular software. It will appear like a regular software, a normal software, and once installed, it can leak a lot of data or damage your computer systems. Okay. Mobile malware, as name suggests, these are apps, and these are mobile apps which generally get downloaded outside Google Play, and they steal data or damage the mobile systems. Steal data from the mobile or damage the mobile systems. Fileless malware. Fileless malware, as name suggests, they're very sophisticated. They don't have there any file. If you see hard disk, you are not going to find any traces of the fileless malware. They get installed in the RAM of the computer. They use vulnerabilities of the operating software. They get installed in the RAM and they operate from there to steal or destroy the data. It becomes very difficult to detect them. So most famous is ransomware. Where encryption happens and they demand money. And the next is Trojan, which may appear like a normal file, but then it is stealing data, destroying data. Then mobile malware and fileless malware. You cannot see with naked eyes. You cannot see any such file on the hardware. Nowhere you are going to find the file. It is going to get involved in the operating RAM, and from there it's going to operate using capabilities of the operating system. Okay, it's going to operate and delete or leak data. Then next is denial of service attack. When there is a flood of access requests, when there is a flood of access requests on any website or any software, such that the whole capacity is consumed, and that app or software is not, software or website is not able to uh, 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 is not able to cater to legitimate users and their access requests. That is called denial of service attack. So flooding of false access request so that things don't work. So that things don't work, legitimate users are not able to access things. So that is going to cost loss of business, time and money. That is denial of service attack. What is phishing attack? Now, just like we know phishing, in phishing, we try to catch fish on the same lines. Phishing attack, in phishing cyber attack, fraudsters, they are called adversaries. Adversaries try to extract sensitive, important data which can be misused for making financial transactions or any other things. So there are different types of phishing attack. Spear phishing. In spear phishing, as name suggests, all the details and data and communication is planned, is designed and planned for a specific class of individuals, say specific employees of a particular company or a particular department. Such kind of mails, such kind of communication is sent to them, that they feel that this communication is from the company, genuinely from the company, is genuinely for them, and in the process they may share sensitive data like OTPs, credit cards, debit cards, PIN numbers, and date of births, Aadhaar card, etc. Smishing. When text messages are designed in such a manner so as to influence people and extract information from them, that's called smishing. Vishing. In this adversaries, fraudsters, they use fabricated voices of the friends, colleagues, family members to extract sensitive data. They may feel that my family member is calling, or someone close is calling, and they may share sensitive data. Whaling means when senior CEO level, CFO level people are targeted to steal huge money from the corporates. That's called whaling. So, in phishing, scammer saw victim's wallet. S is for spear phishing, designed for particular class of people, say employee of a particular organization. Smishing happens with the help of SMS. Vishing happens with the help of altered, manipulated voice. Whaling is done to target big fish like C-level executive, CEO and CFO. What is spoofing? Spoofing means developing something which appears very real, very genuine, very real. Okay, so developing a website, developing an email ID, is something which appears very genuine, very real, so that people start transacting with it and they lose money. So a very realistic, you may find Amazon website appears very genuine, very real, and you may place order on it, make the payment, and then you realize, oh my god, that in Amazon after N there was one I also, there was an I also, okay, or between A or M there was a dash. So spoofing means developing something, which people developing something which appears very real, trusted, and people deal with that mail websites and they lose money. So that's spoofing. In domain spoofing, hyper realistic domains are developed which appear very genuine. They mimic regular popular websites and interact with people and get money from them. They seem very authentic. Very small differences, one small dash, I, dot and all. Email spoofing, developing an email address which appears again very genuine, and then With the help of this email, payment links are sent, payments are received. They are called email spoofing. So domain spoofing, email spoofing. Then next is identity based attacks. Identity based attacks. So in this, what happens? In this, fraudsters, adversaries, they target weak websites. See, you explain your own language. Target weak websites. From there, they get username and regular passwords of the user. With the help of that, they try this user. They crack many such websites, username and passwords. Then they use these websites, this information to access sensitive websites, sensitive information, and then misuse it. So they crack weak websites, they get the email IDs and generally used passwords, they use it on variety of other websites, crack their login, and then use the sensitive information. Insider threats, when the current or former employees use their credentials, use their access to damage the IT systems, to misuse their access, misuse the data, leak data, destroy data. That's called insider threats. DNS tunneling. So DNS stand for domain name system. What is that? Every website has a name which is human readable, and then there is a corresponding IP address. This is a machine readable. So what is DNS? DNS is nothing but a library where the names of the websites are written and their IP addresses are written. Anytime any user wants to access a website, moment he types the name, okay, there are many DNS libraries on the internet. Internet service providers, a lot of people maintain DNS libraries. So they will access the DNS library, that okay, this is the name of the website, what is the IP address, get the IP address and get connected to that particular IP address. So DNS, there are many DNS libraries, DNS libraries, and a lot of DNS communication keeps happening. And generally this communication, there is no issues, no matter with this communication, is very standard communication. Now fraudsters and adversaries target this DNS queries and responses. In this DNS queries and responses, they hide their messages, they hide their softwares, hide their trojans, malwares in this communication. That's called DNS tunneling. So the DNS queries and response system is targeted for spreading the malware. That's called DNS tunneling. IoT based attack, we are going to study about this later. That is Internet of Things. Now guys, don't worry, we will be just a minute. Now, what is the stages of cyber risk? Stages of cyber risk. So they are simply explaining that how to stages of cyber risk, assessing cyber risk, impact of cyber risks, and managing the cyber risk. And then we have cyber security framework. Both are on the same lines. Both are on same lines. So there are 3 stages of cyber risk. Okay. So they are saying that if you want to manage a cyber risk is chance that cyber attack will be done and systems will be damaged, data will be stolen, and there will be adverse impact on the entity, that is cyber risk. So cyber risk means chances that cyber attacks will happen. Now, so if you want to handle these cyber risks, manage this cyber risk, they are saying that there are 3 stages. First is the assessing cyber risk. So they are saying that organizations should make list of different types of cyber attacks which can happen on organization. Okay, this list should be made keeping in mind what has happened in the past, what's happening in the industry, what new changes are happening, what new things are being done. Okay, make list of the risk. Make list of the risk that ransomware can happen, phishing can happen, hacking, insider threat. Make complete list. Analyze which risk is on the higher side, which risk can. Just a minute, guys. So, analyzing which different risks and what different types of cyber attacks can happen, what different damages, what is the probability that these attacks happen, and what kind of damage they can do, what is the monetary amount. Okay, that is called identifying, assessing cyber risk. Then we have impact, very important, impact of the cyber risk. So three things can happen. Financial implication. As soon as cyber attack happens, you will have to inform regulatory authorities about the data breach, about the cyber attack, if it's affecting public at large, as per existing law, rules and regulations. You need to hire people for that, hire professionals. So that's a regulatory cost. Then regulatory authorities may penalize you for breach of data, for so that sensitive information is lost, privacy of the customers is breached, fines and penalties will be there. See, it's first regulatory costs, then fines and penalties, then response, then team specialist and team has to be established to ensure that the cyber attack is stopped, and things are designed in such a manner that such attacks doesn't happen again. That's a response cost, investigation and remediation. Then intellectual property theft. Then the loss because of loss of intellectual property, loss of design, loss of software code, sensitive data, some passwords, and so on. So you have financial implication. So because of cyber attack, stage 2 is impact of cyber risk. So stages of cyber risk is, first identify different types of risk, what can happen, then understand what kind of impact, financial impact. If such attacks happen, what will be the regulatory cost, what will be fines and penalties, what will be response cost, intellectual property theft, impact of that. Operational disruption, how long can operation get interrupted, how long it can be interrupted, whether ransomware attack can happen, how we can bounce back, what is the impact. Stages of cyber risk means studying and analyzing this cyber risk, Then data concern, what is the impact because of data loss of reputation, there will be litigations because of that, breach of privacy, personal data is gone, consumer data is gone, what they do is gone. So there will be financial implications, there will be operational implications, there will be data and privacy related implications. So in stage 1, you understand different types of risks. Stage 2, understand the impact of the cyber attack. And then managing this cyber risk, understand in detail what kind of attacks can happen. Then understand what law, rules, regulations says, what kind of system should be, what kind of systems and system should be there. Make changes in the system to ensure they align with the law and good controls are there to prevent and detect the attacks. So stage 1 was understanding different types of risk. Stage 2 was understanding the impact of the risk. Stage 3 was, once you understand everything, understand everything, develop internal control system which comply with the law, which keeps the system protected. Now, cyber security framework. Okay, so earlier this was all about cyber risks and cyber attacks. Now this is very similar, very similar is on same lines. Cyber security framework. Cyber security framework. They say that if you want to manage if you want to manage this cyber risk in detail, these are the principles you should follow. Identify the risk. Identify, again guys, on this is on similar lines. They both focus on the same central point. Roughly understand them. If the theory is on that, write in that manner. If theory is on the framework, write in this manner. Don't try to over distinguish them. That's not required. Okay, identify the risk. It's a pure theory, guys. Don't make unnecessary differentiations and confuse yourself. No differentiation required. Both of them have same central message. The way of drafting is little different. This is more detailed. Cyber security framework are basic principles which tell us how to manage, how to deal with the cyber risk, how to deal with the cyber attack. So the earlier portion was all about risk only. Now this portion is about attack, cyber attack. So identify the attack. What kind of different attacks can happen? Then protect the entity from those attacks. If the attack happens, detect the attack. Then immediately respond to the attack. And after the attack is over, recover from the attack. So identify what kind of attacks can happen. Protect the entity from the attacks. If attack happens, what should be done? If attack happens, it should be identified and what should be done on immediate basis. Identify the attack and monitor the attack, detect the attacks as soon as possible, respond to it, and then recover from it. This is important from the exam point of view. What do you mean by identifying? Identify the cyber risk and cyber attack. First, make list of digital assets. Make list of sensitive digital asset. What kind of data, softwares, designs, network, patent, property, copyright material, trade secrets, what kind of digital assets you have, make list of that. Then make a prioritize them. Prioritize them, which assets are extremely important, valuable, very sensitive. Make a complete list for them. So list should be prepared. It should be analyzed. What are more valuable? Then a complete protection should be planned. Then you should prioritize which assets are more important, less important, where risk is high, where risk is low. Okay. What kind of financial impact can happen if there is a cyber attack on those assets? So first understand the assets, make list, prioritize them, understand the impact. Then periodically understand what kind of threats have happened in past, what kind of threats are happening in the industry, what kind of attacks can happen. First, it is all asset oriented. Then you understand different types of risk, and then you understand what kind of governance structure for managing the cyber risk and cyber attacks. What kind of governance structure? Who is the head? What is the team? How many people are there? Governance structure, policies and procedures, cybersecurity programs like international standard organization, what you are using. So first step is identifying the risk, make the list of the asset, prioritize them, understand the impact, then understand the different types of risk, then the governance and programs to manage the risk. Next is protect the risk. Now guys, there's a repetition and don't worry about it. When it comes to protecting the risk, there should be proper department roles, responsibilities for the cyber attack, cyber risk. There should be governance structure, there should be policies, there should be internal controls to compensate the risk, there should be training of the people and continuous monitoring. That's called protecting from the risk. Very simple. Then detect the risk. There should be systems which inform everyone on priority as the attack happens. There should be systems which quickly identify that some breach has happened, some attack has happened, and alert everyone that attack has happened. Immediately, it should be evaluated which asset is targeted, how sensitive it is, and it should be monitored. So, detect the risk. There should be system for identification, evaluating the significance, and monitoring the breach. And so, detecting the risk as attack happens. Okay, as attack happens, it should be identified, significant, and monitored. And immediately, preliminary measures should be taken. Security systems should be implemented. System should be updated immediately. The first response. Then they are saying responding to risk immediately after attack. See, during the attack, if attack is happening, there should be system which identifies significance, monitoring. Everyone should be informed. Once respond to attack. Once the attack is identified, okay, first identify the risk, then protect against the risk, detect the risk. If attack has happened, then immediately after the attack, entity should make list of different attacks which has happened, make an immediate report what kind of attack happened, from where it happened, which asset was affected, and then you need to plan the response. What to do with the regulators, what to do with the customers. There should be response planning, impact analysis, what kind of cost will be incurred, how to protect in future. Respond to risk. So during the attack, you need to save yourself. Immediately after the attack, have the analysis. There should be detailed report of the attack. Then what should be done as response, what kind of impacts, cost will be there, make a list of that. Okay. So during the attack, the first priority is to stop the attack. After the attack, you need to understand the impact. What next we are supposed to do, what impact will have, what kind of cost will be involved, how to protect in future. Recover from the risk. Okay. Now recover post attack. Now attack has happened, immediate response was done. After that, recover from the risk. You need to, once you understand, recover from the risk, you need to communicate to regulatory authorities what has happened. You need to communicate to customers what has happened. You need to ask them to change their passwords, to change things, to protect themselves. You need to upgrade systems, enhance security. That is recover. Guys, I understand this is a repetition. Let's freeze, guys. Broadly, you understand. Even if you remember these 5 headings and write you two, three lines, it will be more than sufficient. First one was identifying the risk. It was all about different digital assets are there, what kind of impact, what can happen, different risks. The next was protect the risk. Have a good governance structure, policies, procedures, internal control systems to prevent the attacks and protect the entity from the attacks. As attack happen, there should be identification, there should be evaluation, significance evaluation, okay, and it should be monitored. Immediate responses should be done. Once during the attack, immediately after the attack, have a complete understanding of the attack, what kind of response now will be there, what kind of cost will be incurred, make a planning for that, and then recover from it. Start informing everyone, make changes in the system, and protect the entity. Control consideration for cyber risk. Now guys, if you want to protect yourself from cyber attack and cyber risk, you need a strong internal control system. There is no other solution. You need strong internal control system. There is literally no other solution. Okay. Now, so they have given some practical example. Vendor setup and modification. Controls around vendor setup and modifications. Controls around electronic fund transfer. Controls around patch management. Let's see, guys, what is this? They're saying that there should be strong internal controls in these 3 areas. They're giving example. Vendor setup. Vendor setup is very important. Orders are given only to registered vendors. Orders are given only to registered vendors. Just a minute, guys. So vendor system is very, very important. Why vendor system is very important? Because orders are given only to them, and payments are done only to them. If any unauthorized party comes under the vendor system, okay, then fraudulent payments can happen. Fraudulent payment can happen through these vendors. Just a minute, guys. There's some technical issue. Just a minute. Now, so vendor systems are extremely important. If any fraudulent party is introduced in that, a lot of fraudulent payments can happen. So they are saying that very simple things. They are saying there should be clear authority matrix. There should be clear authority delegation. Only these guys have the authority to approve vendor registration. So first of all, responsibility should be given to responsible people, knowledgeable, trustworthy people. Then there should be proper systems, forms and technology used for registration process. There should be proper platform for that. There should be proper communication channels, websites, emails, multi-factor authentication for registration. Otherwise, anyone can get registered. Communication channel should be very strong. There should be authentication protocols. Understand what kind of cyber schemes, cyber frauds can happen, and what kind of financial impact can be there. So they are saying that vendor setup, vendor master data modification is very important. Responsibility, there should be an approval system. Responsibility should be given to knowledgeable and proper authorities. There should be proper systems, platforms and technologies for vendor registration and vendor modification. There should be communication channel, authentication protocols. Make list of cyber attacks, cyber risks which are there and what can be the impact. Electronic fund transfer. Again, for electronic fund transfer, there should be proper system, software, platforms, application, website, steps for electronic fund transfer. People should be educated on how to use them safely and securely. Okay, what precautions should be taken? Before, for authorization, authentication protocol should be multi-factor. For electronic fund to be authorized, OTP should be sent on the mobile phone. One more OTP should be sent on the email ID. There can be some devices also. Devices can also be used for generating the authentication codes. All the three may be required. All the three codes should be given for transaction to be processed. There should be standard systems, there should be education, there should be protocol. Then patch management. Patch, whenever patch is nothing but is a upgradation of the system software. Whenever new types of cyber risks arise, cyber attacks happen, software providers, they make a patch which is a system upgradation to protect the system from the cyber attacks. Okay, if the cyber attack happens, first explain cyber attack happens, make a list that whether any patch was not installed and install it immediately. Ensure that whenever patch is released, a strong notification is there to IT department. They check it and install it as soon as possible. So there should be strong patch notification, patch management, regular installation should be there. And periodically check the vulnerability test, whether there is system vulnerable and what patch can be used to compensate that vulnerability. Okay, so explain what is patch, explain that if attack happens, understand whether any patch was not installed. There should be strong patch notification, patch management, and vulnerability scans. Now guys, the most important thing from exam point of view is a remote audit. Now what is this remote audit? Remote audit, or it is called also virtual audit, when audit is done with the help of online networks and communication and electronic means, partially or entirely, is done with the help of online and electronic means. That's called remote audit. And in pandemic, the only option was remote audit. A very careful planning and execution is required. Consideration for remote audit: if you're planning for remote audit, what important things should be thought about? Feasibility and planning. You should clearly see whether whether the client and the team members, everyone are having proper hardwares, equipments, network, softwares for remote audit. And then there should be planning, that which platform will be used, what will be timeline, when different meetings will happen, how information exchange will happen, how audits will be done, and finally there should be execution as per that plan. So if you want to go for remote audit, first go and check the feasibility, then plan, and then execute. In the process, very important about data security. Try to use VPN, virtual private network, so that the fraudsters and adversaries, they don't get your real IP address, and they are not able to steal your communication. Use VPN. Ensure that the data is encrypted. So when it is sent across the network, so that if anyone intercepts it, they don't understand anything. Ensure that during remote audit there is no recording. Auditor must consider legislation, regulation which may require agreements, must no recording of sound, images, or authorizations for using people's images. That during remote audit, on a lot of online communication, information sharing, that no one is going to record anything, no screenshots. So there, if you want to go for remote audit, understand feasibility, do planning and then execution, understand data security, use VPN, data security, no recording, no screenshots. And a lot of different risks are there. Data can be lost, there is a risk. There can be miscommunication, there can be risk. Data can be manipulated, there is a risk. Understand different risks which are there in remote audit. So if you're going for remote audit, these are the considerations. Advantages. For client, no selection fee is a shortcut. For client, see, remote audit happens every day, few hours remote audit happen. It doesn't disrupt daily operations of the client. For client, it is very easy to appoint any audit firm across the world, because as such everyone is going to do remote audit. So client is immensely benefited, no disruption of regular operation. They can select any audit firm across the world. Benefit for auditors. Benefit for auditors. First hand evidence. First, they can directly access the IT system and extract the information, directly receive the evidence, first hand evidence. They enjoy a lot of flexibility, enjoy comfort. They can do audit as per their convenience during the day, and they can balance their personal life and professional life. It makes them very efficient. No traveling is required. No travel time is there. No travel time and expenses. Make them very efficient. Benefits to the clients, benefits to the auditor. Very important from exam point of view. Disadvantages, civics, connectivity issues. Connectivity issues. Many times there will be connectivity issues at client side or the audit team side, and their connection drops, miscommunication, delayed communication, wrong communication can happen. Visualization. You're not able to visualize the body language and the face of the client, which is very important. Visualization, what their body language face, how things are being operated. Lack of visualization is there. Because of lack of visualization, they may not understand what real things are going on at the client. Integrity. Data may be manipulated, compromised. Okay. Culture and legal challenges. In online, people may not understand each other's culture and each other's law. People from different areas are getting connected. They may not understand each other's culture. Some communities are very time bound. Some communities may not be very time bound, may not respect time that much. Laws can be different. Communication can be different. Those barriers are there. Security. Lot of data can get leaked. So there are connectivity civics, there are connectivity issues, there's a visualization issues, there's a integrity issues, there's a cultural issues, there are security issues. Very important from exam point of view. Next is emerging technologies in audit. Emerging technologies in audit, and the first one they talk about is data analytics. First one they talk about data analytics, and then they talk about automated tools. Let's understand, guys. So when we talk about advanced emerging use of technology, the most important thing which is used in digital auditing is data analytics. So data analytics is all about transforming raw data into a meaningful information. So you collect a lot of data, you clean data, you merge data, you analyze data, you get the patterns, unusual anomalies, useful information. When you use this information for you doing the audit to get the audit conclusions, that is audit analytics. It makes audit process efficiency, improves quality. And you use computer aided audit techniques, data analytics tools for doing this. So very simple. Explain what is data analytics. It's very useful thing. Overall, it is useful for audit, makes it efficient, effective, more productive. Different softwares can be used. Now listen, guys, all these softwares, you can be asked a short note. All this software, Caseware, ACL, Altrex, Power BI, all these software do some common things. All these softwares have ability to get attached to the accounting system, information system on the organization. To extract the info, to get attached to them. Number one, extract the information from there, import the data from there, then clean the data, transform the data, streamline the data, delete incomplete things, unauthorized things, okay, complete any missing data. That's called export, transform, load, and then load the data visualization, make graphs, make bar diagrams, pie charts, understand relationship between multiple variables, okay, visualization and creating reports. So they have immense capability of handling the data, visualizing and reporting, and the whole process can be scripted, automated, whole process, and it can be done regularly, repeatedly, again. So they have this data related features, visualization related features, automation. Okay. When it comes to Caseware, it can be used for accounting as well as auditing. That's the most important feature. ACL, audit command language, they have audited, they have a lot of features which are exclusively developed for audit without any limitations. Ultrex and Power BI has immense capability to continuous update real time, in which real time data updations can happen, real time analysis can be done in Ultrex and Power BI. Now so you can write these common points everywhere and then special points for a short note. And then apart from that, you can again, so you write those common points, then say that Caseware is extremely good for accounting as well as auditing. It can be used as the accounting software also. At the same time, it has a lot of features with the help of which data can be extracted, analyzed. It can be used for audit as well. So auditor can use Caseware. Caseware can be used by the client for accounting and can be used by the auditor for the auditing also. That's the multi-purpose thing. ACL, it is specifically designed for audit. How data analytics can be used for audit command language. It has wonderful features. It can understand ledger. It can understand trial balance because it's specifically designed for audit. Understand the ledgers and trial balance. It doesn't have limitations of number of entries because general ledgers can be very bulky. Each account, so many entries are very bulky. So it doesn't have that limitation. It can understand these ledgers and trial balance, income, expense, asset, liabilities, and provide a lot of ratio analysis analytics. Ultrex has again a lot of capabilities of analyzing data, capturing data, cleaning data, analyzing data, managing it. Okay, and then it can do wonderful thing with the help, can use a logistics organization to recompute the revenue entries by system to match with the financial that showcase the expected revenue turnover. Now what they can do is, so what Ultrex can do, listen guys, what Ultrex can do, Ultrex can, suppose there's a logistic organization. There's a logistic organization which are into transportation. So Ultrex software can read the logistic agreements. Read the logistic agreement. What are the terms of logistic? They may read the logistic agreement. What are the terms of logistic? Terms of logistic transportation. What are unit charges, distance charges, days charges, and so on. And it can see how much of transportation has happened, and it can automatically compute what should be the revenue which should be earning. So it has immense capability of understanding the criteria and the contracts, and then analyzing the transaction, applying to it, and understanding how much expected revenue we can expect as a logistic entity. Power BI has immense power visualization. It can have a real-time dashboard, understanding real-time how transactions are happening, data is generated, anything unusual is happening, something is happening during non-business hours, any ratio is getting changed different. So explain the common points and explain one-to-one to specific points of these software guys. Automated tools in audit. So we have brain, blockchain, robotic process automation, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology. These are different technologies which can be used in audit. Automated tools in audit, automated technologies in audit, blockchain, robotic process automation, AI, Internet of Things, NFT. There can be short note of this. What is Internet of Things? We use a lot of appliances in office, at home. Air conditions, TVs, coffee machines, refrigerators, door locks, and so on. So Internet of Things is that technology which gets installed into these appliances. With the help of this technology, a lot of data capturing and communication can happen within. A lot of data communication can happen within the devices and the operating systems. So operating systems, take example of the coffee machine. In Internet of Things, what are different components involved? There are people who perform repeated processes with the help of the applications, with the devices. So there are different set of, there are different people performing standard processes with the help of applications, with the help of devices. Okay. Lot of data is captured. How many time coffee was made, who made the copy, what was the timing, what was the consumption. Lot of data is collected from the devices. Then data is transmitted, where it is analyzed, and there can be communication within the devices. So in this thing, very important. The device is a very important thing. People and process they are doing is important thing. Data capturing is important. Analysis is important. Connectivity is important. It can be applied variety of ways. Cars can have this technology where they take instruction from the manufacturers. They talk to each other. Smart home security. Okay, there can be predictive maintenance system. Devices will tell that it's time for maintenance. IoT. Nowadays, cars tell that it's time for maintenance. Okay. There can be smart inventory. Devices will tell that the inventory level is going down, and they will automatically place the order. Devices will tell about the cooking. The temperature has you have cooked for so much of time. The temperature has increased so much of time. Now take the next step. Okay. You can understand the customer behavior also by doing all these things. So it can be used in cars, it can be used at home, it can be used for maintenance, it can be used for smart inventory, cooking, and so on. The way we do business will change completely. So the future is IoT, future is Internet of Things. The way businesses plan, now businesses will try to get connected to the customers through IoT technology. Automated orders will happen with the help of IoT technology. Customers will not have to order, automated. So the way businesses get connected, businesses take orders, business process orders and deliver orders will change a lot. Audit impact. Auditors can understand IoT, what kind of data is captured, what kind of data is available, what kind of analysis can be done, information can be extracted to verify income, expense, asset, liability. But there are risks involved. Devices can get hijacked, data can be siphoned off, it can be used for denial of service attack, data breach, data theft, lot of things can happen. Very interesting. You explain IoT, you explain important things involved, where it can be used, the whole business will change, auditors can use it, risks are there. Artificial intelligence. Okay, what is AI? Now, AI is a combination of software and machines, and it can mimic the way human beings think. So AI allows machine and system to think and learn. Decision arise of complex algorithm based on patterns behavior acquired over a period of time. Now listen guys. Artificial intelligence is a combination of hardware and software. It is a technology which has a tremendous feature to think like human beings. So they collect a lot of data captured over a period of time on how human behavior, how humans think, and that data is used to mimic thinking like human beings. That's called AI. It can be used in transport, where there can be cars, driverless cars, self-driven cars, which is cars are being driven with the help of artificial intelligence, where software is able to take the decisions about driving just like human beings. There can be digital agents or assistants to help you in analyzing data, in doing the work. There can be things to make the predictions of what's going to happen in future. Guys, explain what you mean by AI, where it can be used. As an auditor, you'll have to understand what kind of data algorithm AI is using, understanding how AI is working, what impact it is having, and whether it's processing properly, whether what kind of risks are involved, whether AI can do wrong things, whether AI can be manipulated. We need to understand the risk arising because of AI, risk associated with AI. Can they be manipulated? Whether data can be leaked? Can be configuration operations be changed? So it's very simple, guys. Explain what is AI, applications, what auditor is supposed to do, what are the risks. Then blockchain. What is blockchain technology? In blockchain technology, guys, suppose there is a painting, okay? Suppose there's a painting, there's a unique name, dimension, content, who has made, when, artist, every damn thing is there. There's a QR chip and sensor on the painting. Suppose painting related information, painting ownership of the painting. Very simple, it's a very simple use case. Ownership of the painting. Okay. So in blockchain technology, there are many servers involved, many ledgers involved. For example, there is an artist server, there is a bank server, there is a government server, there is a trading server. In blockchain technology, there are a lot of servers or a lot of ledgers involved, and these servers store blocks of information. Suppose these servers store who is the owner of the painting. So after initial registration, artist server, bank server, government server, trading server, everyone knows there's a block who is the first owner. Now after a proper transfer process and protocol is followed and which is verified properly, there will be a next block who is the second owner. Next block of information, second owner will be added. And if after that one more sale, third owner, fourth owner, fifth owner, each block gives you ownership information. So information is stored in distributed ledgers in encrypted manner, and there is a process which is followed before a new block is added. Now it is very difficult to manipulate it. Hacker may hack one server at a time and make changes, but even if they make changes in one server, it will get detected because all other servers will tell something wrong has happened. Because the information is saved with so many different servers and ledgers that if any manipulation happens, get immediately detected. So integrity of the information is protected. Consistency of the information is protected. Let's freeze, guys. So there is a blockchain technology. There are decentralized servers or ledgers where blocks of information is stored. After validation process, these blocks are stored in sequentially. They cannot be changed. They cannot be manipulated. If it is done, it is identified immediately. And this technology can be used for digital ownership of the digital assets, ownership of the digital assets or other assets like Bitcoin. And there can be smart contract. Smart contract means again, suppose there is a contract that whenever sale of the painting will happen, 10% will go to the artist who made it, to the artist. Now that contract will get executed automatically. That's called smart contract. So these blocks may have some contract information, some terms and conditions which get executed automatically. These blocks, that's called smart contract. As auditor, we need to understand the whole blockchain system, how many ledgers are there, how they are encrypted, what is the security, what are the protocols they follow for new block of information, a new block of information. whether it is properly encrypted, secured, and systematically changes are made, then only he can believe on this information. But then again, there is a risk involved here also. Okay, risk involved here also. People may try to manipulate this also. You should understand. Once changes are made, they are irreversible. What is the problem with the blockchain technology? Once changes are, it is irreversible. Okay, because you cannot change, you cannot delete the blocks, you cannot then delete or manipulate the blocks. No, that's not possible. Irreversible. People may get locked out. People may lose their ownership. They get locked out. They may forget the passwords, forget the access. And there can be now different regulations also. So guys, we are studying about, we got Internet of Things, AI. If you write the heading, understand the meaning, related things, it is enough. No need to mug up every damn thing. NFT. Non-fungible tokens. What is that? Nowadays, the digital assets, a photograph, a video, any digital file, ownership of the digital photo, file, video can be given to any person, with the help of a token, with the help of a number, with the help of a key, that you are owner of this particular file or asset. That is called NFT. Ownership of the digital assets can be given to people with the help of unique tokens, which indicate that, okay, you are the real owner of this. And people can display this on social media and others, that I have so many photographs, I am owner of Dhoni related photographs, videos and files. Okay. So, and it works on blockchain technology. This ownership works on blockchain technology. So digital asset ownership is given to people with the help of NFT, which works on blockchain technology. It cannot be forged or manipulated. You can sell these NFTs later to others also. And the challenges are, the law related to NFTs is not properly developed, evolved. There can be law related issues, copyrights. People may try to steal it. It is possible. Robotic process automation. What is that? Robotic process. Robotic process automation. So, steps, work, things which are generally done by human beings, which are generally done by human beings. Okay. Robotic process automation. So things which are generally done by human, repetitive nature things which are generally done by human beings can be understood, can be captured by softwares, and they can be replicated and done by softwares. There can be bots for doing this repetitive thing. That's called robotic process automation. Software technology, where they understand human actions, repetitive human actions, and perform these actions. These softwares will mimic the human beings and do the work which is done by the human beings. Capturing data, recording data, manipulating data, changing data. It is going to drastically increase accuracy, speed, efficiency. If auditor comes to know that client is using robotic process automation, understand what process are automated, what kind need to understand the process, what is the logic of the software, what is the coding of the software, what kind of information it records, what kind of steps it takes, whether the logic of the RPA is proper. You need to understand that. What is the risk? Operational risk, that bots may not do things properly as done by human beings. They may make wrong assumptions, they may do wrong entries, they may manipulate wrong data. Okay, so there is an operation, they may not operate properly, there is a risk. Whenever changes happen, even the bots need to be changed. Change may not be appropriate. That is the problem. Sometimes there can be over dependence on RPA. People may assume that they may do so much of work so quickly, but that may not happen. They may do wrong work. They may not be updated properly. They may not perform to that level as per the expectations. So, auditors need to understand the RPA process. Are they properly designed? Are they properly functioning? Are they giving proper output? Whether work is happening properly as per them. Controls, consideration or objectives of auditing digitally. Now, guys, if you're using a lot of technology for audit, or if you're using so and so things, you should be aware how industries change. You should be aware how businesses are changing, what technology they're using. You should be aware what technology you can use, what the risk involved. You should have the expertise of implementing the technology. You want to use technology, do it. Understand how businesses are changing, understand how technology is changing, and then you should have expertise of implementing it. Not very important. Technological risk, similar to what we have seen before. IT risk, DA.100 is the concept number on the same lines. A lot of things are same. So technology is changing very, very fast. As an auditor, what one should do? Technology is changing very fast. It's very important to maintain professional skepticism. Whenever new things are happening, understand them, evaluate them, critically assess them, question them, then only rely on them. Professional skepticism. Understand whether management is having capability of understanding technology, designing new things, implementing new things, maintain new things. Always have professional skepticism whether management has strong process of adopting using technology. If they are using it, understand the impact of the technology on the business transaction flow. If the technological environment is changing, first be professional skepticism. Be careful, question, cross question, be alert, critically evaluate something before relying. Understand how management is making the changes. What is the impact of the changes? Next generation audit. So next generation audit will be powered by technology, led by human beings. They're saying tech powered. Next generation audit will be powered by technology, but it will be led by human beings. Beings will play the critical important role, but technology is going to play a major part. Okay, that's called next generation audit. Technology is changing very fast. We have 3D printing, drone technology, artificial augmented reality, virtual reality. We're going to discuss about that. Audit is transforming. The kind of technology we are going to use are going to change. Let's understand, guys. Drone technology. In drone technology, we use drones with high quality cameras capable of taking pictures, videos, capturing sounds, and accurately taking photographs. And then along with that, there are softwares which can count number of trees, number of trees, number of boxes, and so on. Okay, so that's it. That is drone technology. So drone technology means using a lot of drones with sophisticated cameras, mics, photographs, videos, with supporting softwares which can count number of trees, number of units, what is the appearance of the products, are they looking damaged, defective. Okay, they can collect the data, they can match the data with the physical data. So suppose drones can be used for counting number of trees, and then they can take the data, that actual physical counting, how many trees were there and what was the height. They can combine the data, integrate them, match them, and understand whether data is complete and accurate. So keep in mind that drones are used for counting number of trees, what is the condition of tree, what is the height of the tree, and then you can write this answer. What is augmented reality? In augmented reality, we use devices, glasses, in which we can see real things, and there is one digital layer on the real things. We can see real things and there is an overlay of digital things. So we can use So we can use glasses or mobile phones in such a manner that we can see real things along with digital overlay. So we are looking at a machine and we are getting a digital overlay. You must have seen in movies that there's a Terminator or some look at the things or people, and automatically you come to know what is the name of the person, name of the device, when it was acquired, what is the useful life, how it is operating, what is the latest data related to it. That is augmented reality. You can see real things, and then there's a digital layer which tells you more about the real things. What is virtual reality? Virtual reality is you are sitting in your office, and with the help of high quality network connectivity, computers, cameras, okay, you are able to get the experience as if you are present at some other location. You are present at some other location, some other venue. So sitting in your office, you are able to experience the real things which are present somewhere else. That's called virtual reality. You are able to experience, okay, this is how the godown is looking. This is how stock is kept. These are machines are working. That's called virtual reality. Okay. So this virtual reality can be used by architects sitting in their office. They can experience how buildings can be constructed, buildings can be made, enter the building, visualize the building, experience the building. Manufacturing sector, it can be done. For manufacturing sector, it can be done sitting at one place. You can visualize how products will appear, how products will appear. They can be appear and they can be designed, color combination, configuration can be changed. Health sector, sitting at one place, doctors can go and visualize real time, okay, that how the patient is feeling, how the operation is happening. They can give instructions or perform operations sitting somewhere else. Vision Pro glasses by Apple are the latest example. Now, what is metaverse? Metaverse is a 3D designed place where all the technologies, augmented reality, virtual reality, cryptocurrency, AI, blockchain, every NFT, everything is used at one place to have a digital 3D designed place where you can, just like you have any location, it's a online location where all technologies are used to perform communication, business, transactions. Okay, if people get connected to, people can communicate, get connected, talk, communicate, perform transaction in that virtual location. Okay, now, so in future, in future when we talk about metaverse, lot of things will happen digitally. Lot of communication, transaction, businesses will happen with the help of metaverse. You will need governance. So future is lot digital. You will need governance. You will need ministries, law, rules, regulations, and departments with respect to how things are happening in metaverse. Okay, people will have identity. People will have their unique identity in metaverse. Okay, so it's very important that genuine and real people are becoming part of the metaverse. So know your KYC will become very important. Synchronization, Meta will ability to support multiple players, simultaneous real-time transaction action, very strong communication system, very strong devices will be required for metaverse to be successful. So they're saying some important things with respect to metaverse. Things will be digital, governance will be required, how to solve the disputes of metaverse, identity, KYC should be very strong. Okay, and they're explaining metaverse can be used for virtual banking. You will feel you are sitting in a bank in front of the employees, you're talking to them, opening the accounts, giving instructions, making transactions, getting your statements, clarifying your doubts. Digital asset management, there can be metaverse where digital assets, photographs, files can be can be bought, sold, transferred, encrypted, and deals can be made for that. Metaverse can be useful for education training. You will feel like you're sitting in a class, communicating and talking to the professors. Okay. Virtual meetings and conferences can be done with the help of Metaverse. Data visualization, data analysis, visualization, charts, graphs can be done in Metaverse. There are many applications of Metaverse, whether it's banking, whether it's education, whether it is meetings, whether it is data visualization. But there are risks involved. Okay, data can get leaked, there can be cyber attacks, there can be manipulations, there can be, okay, there are risks involved in Metaverse also. Cyber risks are there in Metaverse. Conclusion, audit chart account need to understand the world is going to be very different. There is big technological change happening. Technology is going to get integrated a lot in the businesses. There's a huge opportunity to become efficient, effective, to do better work. So improve your technological competence and get along with the future. Guys, this was we have covered all the concepts. You can watch it by increasing the speed. Okay. We are going to end session here, guys. Bye bye everyone. And we'll continue with on Ravi Taori YouTube channel. The remaining chapters will be uploaded soon.